When I was a kid, it was really hard to get up in the morning. Yep, those were the days. Not a care in the world. Oftentimes, my mom would have to come to the room just to wake me up.
Come on, Jay. Get up for school. You're going to be late.
Come on, Mom. Just 5 more minutes.
Okay, if you get up, I'll put on some cartoons.
That's right. It's the 80s. And cartoons are the biggest thing ever. It's funny because, you can actually imagine a couple of kids getting dressed up, not really paying attention to how they're putting on the clothes, but actually looking at the TV and just watching what's happening with the episode. Now, today I just wanted to talk about a little bit about some of the anime that really got me into this subculture. It's funny because my journey into anime started years ago. I was, like a lot of us who've come to Canada, I was not born here. I was born in the Philippines. But one thing that I really loved to do before going to school was sitting down in the morning, having breakfast with my dad, my brother, and just before we can go to school, though, there were a few cartoons that used to play really, really early in the morning. One of the series that really got us involved was a series called ForceFive. And this was, well, I don't know how to explain it exactly. Back in the day, anime wasn't really anime. It was just imported cartoons which American producers would take and redub. As a kid, we really didn't know any better. These were just cartoons.
A robot in the form of a child.
They looked different from the other cartoons at the time, but they were also very interesting.
Battle of the Planets.
Which is why they stood out. There was something different about them.
G-Force.
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels.
And little did I know that later on in my life, I would find out just how different they really were.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
And in a lot of ways, they would actually just edit out a lot of the more violent scenes that are from anime and things that weren't appropriate for Canadian or North American television, let's put it that way. And ForceFive is one of these. It predates Robotech in a long, pretty much, by 5 or 6 years. Essentially, it was 5 different series combined into like a super episodic thing. The way it used to play here in Canada is on Monday there would be one show, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it would all be different shows. ForceFive consisted of 5 main shows. One of them was Space Cateers. Another one was called Star Ventures. The next one was called Vanguard Ace. Another one was called Guy King. And the last one was called Grendizer. And all these were amazing series, and one thing they all had in common, it had something to do with mecha. But back then we had no idea what mecha was. Mecha is something to do with robots or machines that help you or the main character get along with the story. American mecha is that it usually drove the story. Like Transformers were actually the guys who were the stars of the show. Whereas in anime, mecha was usually just the support characters, or even just vehicles which transformed into robots to help fight, uncommon danger and stuff like that. And that's exactly what ForceFive was. It was a collection of gigantic robots, which helped to further on the story of the actual main characters, except for the Space Cateers, which is a slightly different story, but it had its own charm in its own way. But you know what? There really is nothing better than, as a kid, waking up on Monday morning and not really getting ready for school, not wanting to go to school, and the first thing you get to see is awesome animation like Star Vengers or Force or Grendizer. Those things they really just kind of got you up and ready for the morning and ready to, and then you had something to talk to about your friends at school. It was kind of funny that way. What I really loved about the series is that you didn't just get one show for, in the morning. It was a different show every day of the week. So you'd get up on Monday and you'd be watching Star Vengers. And then you get up on Tuesday and you'd be watching Vanguard Ace. And then you get up on Thursday and Friday, and there would be 2 different shows. It was something different all the time.
In the next few episodes, we'll be looking at the entire ForceFive series. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestions for anime you'd like me to review, please leave a comment below. Be sure to catch the next episode, where we cover my favorite of the ForceFive series, Starvengers. See you then.